Hello and welcome to a new championship on RaceDepartment.com, the Race Department Open Wheel Championship using game stock cars, F3 cars, and for the first round we're at the Velopark Autodrome in Brazil, and Marlon Lintz took the first pole position of the season with Felix Ludding alongside him on the front row. We've seen Felix Ludding before in the Race Department Game Stock Car Championship. Alexander Lauritsen and Simon Kielov were on row 2. They're both newcomers to the Game Stock Car Championship, or Game Stock Car game, I should say. Anthony Levine and Robert Wiesenmuller were on row 3, with Hendrevelt and Venn on row 4. And Yul Knooks and Anders Nielsen rounding out the top 10, so on board with Wiesenmuller for the start, and he gets a good getaway, and he's got... and in fact, that's Ludding as well, making a good start, and he's going to go into the lead probably as they head through turn 1. And indeed, Ludding takes the lead, and Lauritsen made contact with him, and Lauritsen's made contact with the curbs, and he's gone sideways. Wiesenmuller taking evasive action, and that looked like Branham Hendrevelt got into the side of him. I wonder if there's damage to either of those cars. I certainly saw some parts flying, but I wonder if it's anything serious. But it looked like Lauritsen, in fact we're going to see a replay now, Lauritsen just was too hot through turn 1, and indeed he was trying to battle with Ludding, and Wiesenmuller in fact did get into the side of him, and oh, that's so dangerous there. Simon Kielov, after his poor getaway, into the side of Lauritsen, and now Lauritsen with no front wing, drifting into the side of Ferreira. So as we head through the fast chicane, it's Ludding from Marlon Lintz. So Ludding making a good start, and there's chaos going in the background, and that's Matt Venn, and Matt Venn's going to hit the wall. Huge damage for Venn, and well, he just bounced over the curbs, got it sideways, and has ended up in the wall. He's going to have to repair that damage. It's going to be a lengthy repair. Ludding still leading from Marlon Lintz, however, up front. So Ludding, an excellent getaway, and that's Anthony Levine in third position as well. And he has Wiesenmuller for company as Lintz goes through. On the inside, he makes a move, just about gets through, makes contact with the side of Felix Ludding's car, but they both get through there unscathed. So Lintz back into first position, where he qualified his Jason Lancet, and he's following Dave Begley, and Lancet looking for a way by. He's going through on the inside, and that's 71. That's the 71 machine of Jari Venari as well in front of them, and Begley losing out to Lancet there, as Lancet braked just a little bit later and took the position away. So lap 4, Felix Ludding still chasing Marlon Lintz, and Lintz looks like he's got the legs on Ludding, but Ludding's got a better run out of the corner, and he's going to try and make his way through. He's going up the inside, later on the brakes, cuts in front of Marlon Lintz and takes the position away from him. So the Brazilian has it all to do to get back through. Here's Anthony Levine, and he's got Robert Wiesenmuller for company. Wiesenmuller in the blue RPM machine, and Wiesenmuller drafting Levine as they head towards the left-hander. And Wiesenmuller easily going to make that one stick. Levine not really defending too hard from Wiesenmuller there. Here is Anders Nielsen, and he's got Kenneth Yeoman for company. Anders Nielsen in the yellow and black machine. Kenneth Yeoman drafting him. He's going to try and make a move into turn 1, is he? No, he thinks better of it, but Nielsen still in front. And now Kenneth Yeoman goes for it. He goes up the inside. Nielsen's seen him. He's good driving from the pair of them, and yes, Kenneth Yeoman moves up in front of Anders Nielsen, so that's a good move from him. And now Nielsen has Graham Hendrevelt for company. Hendrevelt involved in that lap 1 incident, not his fault. So he may have a touch of damage on his car, but he's still making good progress. He's behind Anders Nielsen now, pulls out of the slipstream, goes very late on the brakes indeed. Is he going to make this one stick? Nielsen saw him coming. And let him go through. So good driving once again from the pair of them. Here is Ferreira and Kenneth Yeoman, and Kenneth Yeoman staying in front of Leonardo Ferreira, the Brazilian, in the Brawn GP colours, and Leonardo Ferreira going up the inside of Kenneth Yeoman. In fact, Kenneth Yeoman has no front wing, it looks like, and that's obviously going to hinder him a little bit in this race. Lap 13, so everyone's making, well, a couple of people making pit stops. Here is Hendrevelt and Anthony Levine, and Levine staying in front of Hendrevelt at this stage. Oh, and Levine's lost the back end of his car. He's going round, and the number 23 machine, he's going to have to recover, but he lost the back end under power on the exit of that corner. Lucky there was runoff and not a wall there. Here's Venari, and he's being chased by Swart, or Kieran Swart, from South Africa. and he's made his name in karting in South Africa, and he's going through on the inside of Venari, and takes that position away from Venari as Venari made a mistake, bounced over the curbs just a little bit there, and now Kieran in front of Jari Venari. Simon Kiloff, on the other hand, is chasing down Robert Wiesenmuller, and Wiesenmuller qualified behind Simon Kiloff, so Kiloff obviously has a little bit better pace over one lap. And in the background, that was a car spinning. That could have been perhaps Peterson or even Svart, actually, in the background. It was a sort of black and orange car. I wonder if it was Svart. Here he is chasing down the blue machine. I think that's Begley, and he's going up the inside. Very late on the brakes indeed. And looks like he's going to take that position away quite comfortably. And indeed he does. So perhaps making up the lost time. Here is Spence. Noel Spence, who is teammate to Anthony Levine, and he's got Leonardo Ferreira, and Ferreira's gone up the inside and made contact with Spence. Spence is going to have to recover here, and Leonardo Ferreira very late indeed on the brakes, and he's now in behind Jari Venari, who's having a go at Jason Lancet as they head down the back straight, and Ferreira's going to make it 3 wide. Is this going to work? Ferreira looking on the inside, and how has this not worked? In fact, Ferreira's been the beneficiary in that, and spinning in the background there, that looked like Dave Begley. But Venari has lost out badly here, and Ferreira took the position away from the pair of them. Felix Ludding still leading this race. And and he's bouncing over the curbs. Don't hit the wall. Oh, he's just tagged the wall. He's going to lose out here. Big time. And, Marlon Lintz, this is lap traffic, so Marlon Lintz is in second position. And he's trying to go through on the inside of Ludding. Is this going to work? He's sideways. Nearly contact between the two of them. And Ludding still holding on to first place. And he's going to come up behind his lap traffic, which is going to make it 3 wide. Lintz looking for a way through. Is Lintz going to brake later? Going to make the move. He's just about going to pull out of it in time. And Ludding remains in first place somehow. And Marlon Lintz still looking for a way through. Here's Wiesenmuller chasing down Kiloff. So Kiloff, after overtaking Wiesenmuller earlier on, hasn't pulled away to quite the extent that he perhaps should have. He's going up the inside of some traffic, and he's got into a half spin. Just about recovers, but that allows Wiesenmuller through. And look at the traffic that the leaders have to deal with. And here is Marlon Lintz still chasing down Felix Ludding. He's in the slipstream. Ludding desperately looking for a way past the back markers, who are themselves are battling. That's Kieran Svart and Leonardo Ferreira, I believe. And Ludding going on the inside of Svart. This isn't going to work, surely. And Lintz going through. That's opportunistic from Lintz. And Lintz takes the lead from Felix Ludding, who tags Svart into a spin. He was panicking there, I think, a little bit. Was Felix Ludding. He leading the race. Wanted to get by the traffic as soon as possible. Here's Venari, and he's looking at the back of Lancet, Jason Lancet. And Venari on the inside of Lancet as they head towards the left-hander by the wall. And Lancet's doing a good job of defending here from Venari. In fact, he's managed to go round the outside of Venari. So Venari still hasn't quite made that move stick, although he's back on the inside now. Lancet's run a little bit wide, so Venari's made that one stick easily in the end. But it looked a bit more difficult than it perhaps should have been. And that's Bram Hendreveld in the background. Lancet's hit the back of Venari and has gone into a half spin. And that was the green and white car of Kiloff, I believe, as well, coming through. And in fact, Hendreveld gets through past Venari as well. Here is Marlon Lintz and Felix Ludding, meanwhile, and they're going by Leonardo Ferreira, and Ludding looking to take the position back from Lintz. He's on the inside. They're so close, nearly touching wheels, but he manages to make it past Lintz, who has the CNRS Foundation logo on the front of his car. And Lintz still battling away. These two having a great battle, actually, for the lead. So very impressive stuff. That was number 96, Matt Venn, in the pits as well. And Lintz looking for a way through. He's sneaking up the inside, very sideways on the brakes. Almost Lewis Hamilton style there. And Ludding sweeping around the outside, still going to hold on to the first place. Lintz desperate to get by. He qualified on pole, so obviously he has the pace. But Ludding doing an excellent job of holding him off. Lap 35 now, and now Ludding is back behind some traffic. Lintz still behind Ludding. We're on board with Marlon Lintz as we look at the back of the German, and Ludding's made a mistake. He's run wide, and he made that mistake earlier, and Ludding now has it all to do to get back by Lintz. So Lintz moves into the lead of the race, Lap 35, here's Dave Begley, and that's Kieran Spart as well. And the purple and white car is Christopher Hall Nelson. There's huge contact between Spart and Begley, and huge contact between Venari and Hall Nelson. And it's all happened here. There's damage everywhere for everyone. And, well, what just happened? Let's dissect. So Venari looks like he had nowhere to go. Lock brakes straight into the back of Hall Nelson, who basically stopped for the incident. And Venari, well, huge damage for all 4 cars involved. And just fairly unbelievable, really, how much damage there was. It may well have been Scott Webber, actually, because we're looking at Svart and Hendrevelt battling away, I think. And indeed, Hendrevelt moves on the inside of Svart, and the South African loses out to the Dutchman. And Hendrevelt's still making good progress. He's in behind Kenneth Yeoman now. So he's in behind the German, and he's dipped out of the slipstream. He's going on the outside as they head towards turn 1. Kenneth Yeoman still looks like he has no front wing. I'm not quite sure how he's managing to lap quite so effectively. And Hendrevelt takes that one from Kenneth Yeoman, and Kenneth Yeoman really does look like his pace hasn't been hurt too badly at all. Kieran Svart now in behind him, and that looks like perhaps Anthony Levine or Noel Spence as well. And Kenneth Yeoman's braked far too late there, and he's going to have to let that one back. He's going to have to let Svart back through. So he just braked too late, and that indeed is Anthony Levine. And so Levine looking to capitalise. Here's Felix Ludding in 4th position behind Nilsson. So after the pit stops have shaken out, he's in behind Nilsson, and Nilsson desperately trying to cover from from Felix Ludding, and he doesn't manage to. So Ludding making his way back through after the pit stops. Here's Lintz now behind Nilsson. So these two, Lintz and Ludding, have pitted. Nilsson hasn't done so. So they're making their way through, past the, not really traffic, but past the opposition, and those who haven't pitted just yet. And Nilsson sensibly lets Lintz go. Lintz obviously on a different strategy to Nilsson, the Swede. But out of all of that, Simon Kiloff from absolutely nowhere is going to take the victory. And that's because he was on a different strategy, and he crosses the line first and takes the win from Robert Wiesemuller on the track. But in the final results, Simon Kiloff was penalised, and as was Felix Ludding, and in fact Marlon Lintz was disqualified for cutting. So the final results were Robert Wiesemuller was the winner, with Simon Kiloff in 2nd position, Bram Hendrevelt in 3rd, Anders Nielsen 4th position. Kieran Svart managed to make it to 5th after all his trials and tribulations. Felix Ludding, dropped down to 6th position. He finished 3rd on the track. Leonardo Ferreira was in 7th, with Noel Spence in 8th, and Jason Lancet and Anthony Levine rounded out the top 10. Join us for round 2, which will be up shortly. Until then, thanks for watching.